My name is Jennifer Bartkowski. I'm the CEO of Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas.
So I was honored to get to attend the evening honoring women in STEAM with my daughter. My 12-year-old daughter, Alyssa, came with me to the event because I think it's just great to have girls in that space with women who care and men who care a lot about science, technology, engineering, and math, and getting more girls into that profession. It was a great event. It was a huge turnout. I thought it was a terrific group of people that were there. A number of people that I know personally, like Lynn McBee and Tegwin Pulley, and some others who are very supportive of Girl Scouts and the work that we're doing here around STEM. And then, of course, the exhibit was terrific and just such a visual way of thinking about the work that we're all doing around getting more women into STEM. So I was thrilled to see Wanda get honored. She is also a supporter of Girl Scouts, is on our STEM advisory committee, which is helping us with developing programming for the STEM Center of Excellence. The whole group, from Lynn McBee to Oswaldo from DISD to Wanda to the others, their comments about the commitment to encouraging and exciting and engaging girls, and really all youth, but girls in particular, in science, technology, engineering, and math education and career choices is pretty phenomenal. And the fact is, we're all working toward that end goal. But I think it gives me real energy, and I think it gives a lot of our members energy and inspiration to see that there are others in that space and that we're all sort of working together toward that common goal. And I often think about the fact that we're all kind of working toward it, but we don't have to work independently or on parallel paths. We can really work together toward that goal. And so much of what every one of those speakers said is, just resonated with me because I'm talking about STEM all the time, and I'm talking about STEM and girls and our STEM Center of Excellence, and we're all concerned about the underrepresentation of women in STEM. We're concerned about girls opting out of science and math classes earlier and earlier. We're concerned that girls can't be what they can't see, and they're not getting access to the career choices that they need to be making. It's interesting. I met on Sunday with a group of high school girls, and I was asking them sort of, help me understand what more you want as a high school Girl Scout. What more can we add that would be value add? And they said to me, we know what a lawyer does, we know what a doctor does, we know what a nurse does. We don't know what these jobs out there that we don't know the titles for do. And we know that we need to know that so we can make smart choices. And they also know that 80% of the jobs in the future will require a science or math background, and that they've got to have a sense of the kinds of classes that they need to take, the kinds of jobs that they need to take to be able to be self-sufficient and get the very best jobs of the future. So really great comments by the whole crew, and love seeing the work get integrated at the lowest levels at DISD from kindergarten on up. I think that's critically important, and that's where our space is as well. The exhibit was great. It was such a visual way to look at science, technology, engineering, and math from sort of over a century ago. It was concerning to me as I watched the film and thought about the images of the women, that these were women who have never been recognized for their contributions to science and to math. And they, it appears to me from what I can tell that they were brilliant minds. I think I saw them called human computers, and I think they absolutely were that. But that they never were given that recognition for their contribution, and that's so important. And I think it speaks so much to the girls of today, who, when they are going through, school and learning about history, and they don't see, women represented in those science history, they don't see women leaders in those positions. It's hard for them to know that they could step up and take on one of those roles. And so, since that's such a critical issue for today, it just gives me pause and makes me really think about how much we need to do to encourage girls to move forward in STEM professions, but then also to recognize and celebrate women like Wanda, who are doing great things in STEM and doing great things for girls in STEM as well. One of the great things that came out of that event, and what I love about going to community events like that, is that there were some connections made. So I got to meet Oswaldo from DISD, and listening to him talk, I thought, I wonder if we know him. This is somebody, obviously he's serving 160,000 kids in Dallas County. We're serving 27,000 girls with some really outstanding programming, particularly around STEM. There's a real obvious connection there. So we actually reached out to him the next day, and he's meeting with my team to see where we go next. But DISD has a commitment to STEM. Girl Scouts has a commitment to STEM, and in fact, talkSTEM is an integral part of what I think we're all trying to do, which is elevate the conversation around STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, particularly around girls. From the perspective of the CEO of the Girl Scouts, I think it is terrific to get collaborators together, whether it's parents, whether it's teachers, whether it's schools, whether it's community organizations like Girl Scouts, all talking about the same topics and also hearing each other's perspectives, because it's interesting as I read some of the blogs on the talkSTEM website, we're all using similar phrases. Many of us are saying, girls can't be what they can't see. Many of us are talking about girls opting out of hard classes, at 4th and 5th grade. Many of us are talking about underrepresentation of girls and women in STEM program or STEM careers. And we all have different ways that we're going at that. And so if we can, if an organization like talkSTEM can kind of bring those perspectives together, make the introductions, and help us kind of all go at it in a way that's collaborative, then, we'll fill the gaps in between what each of us is doing and perhaps even become stronger because of it.